Welcome to the Luminary by AIESEC in SLIIT, where we interview some of the best Sri Lankan unique personalities for you to get inspired and motivated by going through their life stories and experiences.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome you all to the Luminary. Here we are with another episode of the series. On this exclusive episode, we have a well-known person from the Luminary. He was a prominent character throughout the series, and today he takes the special seat of the episode. Let me introduce to you Mr. Trevin Hannibal, educational specialist, lecturer, magician, performer, and a popular TV presenter. Warmly welcome you, sir.
Thanks for having me. It's nice to be part and parcel.
Yes, sir. So, sir, before we get to know you as Trevin Hannibal, you are more popular on the name Hannibal the Magic Warrior. Having immense experience on the field of magic, you have even been the president of International Brotherhood of Magicians Sri Lanka chapter. So, where and how did your passion for magic start?
Oh boy. I think it was when I was when I was 14, 15 years old. And when I was small, I can remember magicians performing on TV in Sri Lanka. At the same time, I do remember I got a DVD as well of David Blaine, David Blaine, which was in the 90s, and I used to have some VHS cassettes sometime back. But anyway, what happened was my Sunday school teacher, I think I have told this in one interview, my Sunday school teacher, her name is, she's watching this, Indramali auntie, she gave me a magic book which she purchased for her daughters. One of her daughters was in my class, Shanali. So she gave that book to me because none of her daughters were using it. And that book was a very nice book. It was with pictures, a lot of pictures, really good explanations. I still have that book. And that had the ABC of magic. It was a big book. The name of the book was Encyclopedia of Magic, if I'm not mistaken. And that's how it all started. Then I started learning it, performing it, and that's how it started.
Yes, wow, it's a different story than we would ever know. So that's so much to hear. So it's nice where everything started from the people you know. The people you care, they were the people who directed you to something you would never imagine you would end up doing immensely. So you performed in Sri Lanka Got Talent, and it was featured on Got Talent Global Facebook page with 90 million plus views. And also you hosted the Beat the Beat show on television. And currently you're employed as a professor in the field of business administration and finance also. So, on summary, you're a performer and a good presenter, also a professor. So, these are some different roles that make you an all-rounder, which is very rare. So, how do you manage to become an all-rounder like this?
All-rounder. I don't believe that I am all-rounder, but if you say so, I really like someone commenting about me, and I would really kindly, politely accept that if you say that. And I never did anything to become an all-rounder, and I think there are better all-rounders than me. But just to answer your question, I think from a very small days, my parents had a background, especially my parents, my mother's side, they were so much into entertainment and stuff. So from a small age, I had that building up. And then I was heavily, I think it was my father who used to bring WWE VHS cassettes at that time, WWF at that time, wrestling. So I was in love with wrestling, and you would see some of the parts that I do in when I perform is certain parts taken out of wrestling. Academics, I was not good at all when I was at school in academics. I was, in fact, the last in the class also. When I was in, I think, grade 4 or 5, I was not good at all because my father used to be a good cricketer, and I like playing cricket, and I was not that good in playing cricket anyway. I was good in bowling a little bit, I would say. But so academic, at one point, there was a point where I had to pull up my socks and work hard, and from being the last, then I was doing well, and I had a passion for accounting and finance for some reason. I think it's because I understood it very well, not because of anything else. I used to score good marks, after A levels I completed CIMA, which is a professional exam in managerial accounting or management accounting. And afterwards, when I was learning CIMA, I saw how proficient the lecturers were who were teaching them. And from the very first day of seeing these lecturers, something came to my mind where I thought that I really like to be one of like them, because they speak to a massive crowd, and I always liked to speak to a large crowd. Back in the day in my classes, I had about 400 students in a class. Those were very big classes, and so lecturing, that is how that happened. I think I told you how the magic thing happened, and heavenly influence with wrestling. And so that's how those things happened. And I believe that it's God's blessing. That without God's blessing, I believe in God's blessing, and I believe in the divine, in a divine directed pathway. So I think it's God's blessing for sure. If it was not for God's blessing, I don't think I will be able to do whatever that I do at this level. So that's the answer in a nutshell.
So it seems like you had the presenter in you even when you were a child. You had the pathway and the direction from your family itself. So I think the family is where this all-rounder was built. The family is where this all-rounder was started, I think.
SLIIT Global Education is established for students who are interested in venturing past the higher education opportunities in Sri Lanka to explore avenues in countries such as Australia, Canada, UK, USA, Germany and France. They have a network of 30 plus universities that they collaborate with to provide students with the best learning and holistic university experience. You can also avail exclusive scholarship schemes, especially if you are a student or alumnus of SLIIT. SLIIT Global Education also provides exceptional academic counseling services for undergraduate and postgraduate students tailored to their requirements. They also offer expert visa guidance counseling services and pre-departure training to all their transfer students. If you're considering pursuing your higher education abroad, feel free to give their friendly team a buzz.
So you started pursuing magic in an era where it was only faintly recognized in the Sri Lankan society. And then you strived to bring value to this art of magic in your own way by performing Night of Illusions and participating in Sri Lanka Got Talent. Now you have made your own brand. So what do you think about passion and talent when succeeding in something? Which one is mostly required and why?
So success is something that will be determined on the eyes of someone else. For example, I don't like to say I am successful. If Udara tells that Trevin is successful, then that's a different story. But if I am saying that I am successful, I think that's not the best. It's like, monkey praising his own tail, kind of a thing. But the question was, is passion or talent? So I think the answer in a nutshell is both. You of course need to have the passion and the talent. But in my case, I think first of all you have to enjoy what you do. Now, when it comes to magic, whenever I perform magic, I do what I like. Whether my audience like it or not, I don't know. First of all, I have to be happy. No? You will see that when I do this, I put baila tracks. Most of my magic acts are full of baila, and the entrance music theme songs are from wrestling, from WWF, and the entire all my acts are scripted, so I write. Those are all written. It looks like I'm talking on top of my head, but all those acts are scripted. I script them by myself. The ones who work with me know that. So the script, I always test the comedy. I test it and see. First of all, I will tell it. When I was teaching my 400 students classes, CIMA classes, I do the jokes on them first. If they laugh for that, then I will put it in my act. If they don't laugh, I will remove it. So it was like a trial and error thing. So passion, talent, and first of all, you have to be happy, no? I don't. First, you have to be happy, and on top of that, whatever that makes you happy has to be entertaining for the audience also. If the audience is not entertained, although you're happy, then also it will not work. I can give you plenty of examples in the magic industry where you think what you're doing is good, but the audience, zero. Nothing is working. There was a time like that for me when I started also, where I thought it was good and the audience never accepted it. So the reason behind me having a small reach than I had before is because I think what gave some satisfaction to me was entertaining the audience also. So then it was a win-win situation for both the audience as well as for me. So I think that's the answer in a nutshell.
So it's that whether it's passion or whether it's talent, you should be happy with what you do. Then only this passion and talent both will succeed. So let's go into somewhat of your childhood. As explained by most, childhood experiences are what creates the person whom we are today. Even you said that. So as a student in St. Thomas College, one of the leading schools in Sri Lanka, what was the best lesson you learned while you were in school?
Best lesson I learned when I was in school. So many lessons are learned, good and bad. One thing that I learned that I was in school was, there were so many, of course, academic stuff that we learned, but something that applied to my life at college, because so as you know, St. Thomas's College is a Christian institution, so it's an Anglican school. So all of us, even if you're, all the Christians in the morning, apart from Wednesday, we would go to the church. And for some reason, I really like, so when you go to church, the preacher will preach a message from will preach a message that is in line with what he's planning to do. And there was a preacher by the name of Father Lloyd, and his messages struck me a lot about how you could change your life according to challenges. And although those were things that sometimes didn't make even any sense at that time, that those the I mean the things that he mentioned and the things that he said struck me a lot. And of course there are so many things, like every one of us, we learn in school about working as a team, how to perform as a team, how to share with one another. All those things were there, like in everyone else's life. But I think learning about how to be a good human being according to this type of teaching was something that struck me a lot. And later I was a teacher at St. Thomas's College, Mount as well, where I had so many fond memories, and ones that I think that I could have improved as a teacher. That's something that struck me a lot at St. Thomas's College, Mount Lane. And I miss school. Everyone misses school time, isn't it? I think even you miss school time, and every one of us, we miss school time. Yeah, but that's how it is. Time goes on, and that's how things happen in life.
Yes, I think the school is the place where it holds most of us best memories, and school is the place which builds up the person whom we are today.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Welcome to SparkX, a platform that will groom you to have a leading edge over other IT students. We built this to give you the real skills to make you a superhero, actually a super talent. Being up on the game is really important, and that's why we researched what skills are really required by the IT industry. You will be surprised. It's not pure technical skills, but a combination of specific technical skills and soft skills that we offer, which no program out there in Sri Lanka teaches you. If you master these skills, you will be assured a job in a leading IT company or the support to start your entrepreneurship journey. And that is why I teamed up with the best people to help you. Through a pre-selection process, candidates will be given the opportunity of a personalized mentorship with SparkX. The program is 6 months long and can be followed part-time while you study. Dedicated mentors with domain experts will connect you through live online learning and face-to-face boot camps.
You said you don't want to be called as a successor, but I would say you're a successful person. So what would your message be as a successor for the young generation today?
Message for the young generation. I think so. This would be a general message, but I would always say is you need to have a good sense of what you like and what you dislike. If you don't have a sense of what you like and what you dislike, and if you take all the decisions in your life based on how success has occurred to other people, I think you might regret certain decisions you take. This is something just came to my mind. So I think you need to have a good sense of what you like and what you dislike. Now, if you don't have a good sense of what you like and what you dislike, sometimes I see there is a tendency where many people do things saying that, oh, if I do that, things have gone well to that person. Things have gone well to that person because he did that. Things have gone well to the other person because he did this. So if I also do it, things might get. I can give you a good example for this. Now, although I'm an accountant by profession, what I do for a living is I'm a professor here. I'm a lecturer here, here in British Columbia, Canada. Now, I think if you can become an accountant full time, sometimes I don't know, but I think, of course, maybe your rewards, your monetary rewards might be even higher than what you have as at now. I'm very happy with what I'm getting now, but maybe it's relatively high. I don't know. I need to check on that. But maybe it's good for, you could say that I am so and so, I'm the accountant of this company. So even after covering my practical experiences as an accountant, what gave me the most satisfaction was teaching. So I was a teacher from my school days. I used to teach my friends at college, and then they used to come to my house. I used to teach them. After that, I used to teach individually at that time, and as a part of while learning, like an individual tutor. And then I was a teacher throughout. I was a teacher, and then of course with my qualifications, and once I completed few exams, I was able to lecture for CIMA, and then I was a lecturer for Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka. I'm still a lecturer for Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka because I teach online to an organization called onlineaccounting.lk, and I still teach them. I was part of certain formal examination reviews at the Chartered Accountants of Sri Lanka, which is a very prestigious organization in Sri Lanka, and I highly respect them. So I think, to answer your question, the message is, if you do what you like, I think it will take you a long way. But if you do things that looks like success on the eyes of another person, sometimes things might not go that well to you. So again, it's a very vague, broad statement, but yeah, that's the message that just came to my mind.
Yes, so that was really inspiring, and I think that gives a lot of answers for the problems most of our young generation face. Like, they are stuck between many things, whether they choose to do this or that, and they are going to touch all those, and now they know they should choose what gives them happiness.
But that doesn't mean that all the decisions that I have taken is perfect and what I did was right. There were so many decisions that I have taken which I regret, which was the wrong decision at the wrong time. So what you should do is learn from those mistakes and, of course, move forward. And I'm very happy where I am now. I think it's God's blessing. But yeah, so that's how things works. It's trial and error. Life is all about trial and error. But if you do the right thing, I think it will take you a long way. So sometimes it might not be even. Sometimes certain things are not even financially rewarding. Sometimes certain hobbies that you do. For example, magic. Let's take magic as an example. Magic is a very costly, very, very costly hobby. I mean, I think I would have spent more than at least, I really don't know, a big amount. I even don't know the amount that I spent for lectures, for magic props and everything. I've spent a lot of money on that. But if you look at the return that I have got, I have never even calculated things. I just did it because I like doing it. So yeah, so sometimes you do things that you like, and but it always benefits you, because at the end of the day, you have to be satisfied as a person. As again, it comes to that point. If you're happy as a person, I think that's the best way to move forward.
Yes, so I would like to know, so throughout this journey you have been, who was your strength? Like, who was your pole of strength you will always go to when you have hard times? So who was there to support you, behind you? Who was that person?
Simple answer, because as I said, I believe in the divine, so 100% it's God. I take it very seriously. That's a very serious, although I have not taken it seriously in the past, but now I take it very seriously, and that's the blessing. But of course, before getting married, my parents were with me. I had a good set of friends as well. I had a really good friend by the name, he was my best man at my wedding, Joy. And after getting married, I am very thankful to my wife, Ransini. She will be watching this as well. So I am very thankful to my wife. So she, of course, after getting married, and she is the one that all my, whatever things that when hardships or whatever challenges come, she is my partner, and I share everything with her, and she has been very, very helpful, and I thank God for that, so that I have a wonderful wife. Yeah, so I think I answered your question, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So we have come to the almost end of the session today. So we had a very interesting discussions and very inspiring and motivating insights, and it was also fun too. So before we end, so you were with us for 7 episodes as the host, and for this episode as the speaker. So what do you think about the Luminary and the time you spent with it?
It was very good. I think I really don't know how. So it was Nilan who contacted me. I really don't know how he got to know about me, but I got a message on WhatsApp. And then first of all, I wanted to know whether this is something that is done properly. So then I think I had an initial discussion with them. I think it was Nilan, Januda, and there was someone else. I think it was Laksi. And once I got to know the format and the type of people that, the category, the caliber of the people that I will be interviewing, I thought it will be something very satisfactory for me. That was the main reason why I said yes. As I said again, certain things that I do, if it brings me satisfaction, I will do it. Of course, if I have time. I was able to adjust, and I think AIESEC in SLIIT, no? So they were very flexible, especially Nilan and Januda. So they were able to place interviews according to the slots that I was comfortable with. And yeah, I can remember interviewing Kishu Gomes, Roshan Mahanama, Umara, Khamaj at the very beginning, Dushant Veeraman. And it was a very nice experience, and it was nice to be part and parcel. And so moving forward, I think it's Odara, you will be the person who will be doing this. So I wish you all the best in being the host, and you will be. I think you will do better than me. So well, and all the best. Yeah, all the best to everyone at AIESEC in SLIIT.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Trevin Hannibal, for assisting us throughout the series. And we can't thank you anymore for the kind cooperation you have given us, and all those times you helped and showed the correct path for this event's success. We are very grateful to have you here, and on behalf of the organizing committee and AIESEC and SLIIT, I convey you my special thanks for being here with the Luminary, and for the session today also, in spite of your busy schedule and commitments. So thank you again, sir.
Just a small thing, thank you for interviewing me, And all the best to Odara, Nilan, Janud and the team. And it was great to be part and parcel, as I said before.
Yes, it's very nice to hear them. And so it's time to say goodbye. Hoping to see you all in the next episode. Until that, have a nice day.
That's this week's episode of The Luminary. Don't forget to join us next week for another episode. Thank you for listening.
SLIIT Global Education is established for students who are interested in venturing past the higher education opportunities in Sri Lanka to explore avenues in countries such as Australia, Canada, UK, USA, Germany and France. They have a network of 30 plus universities that they collaborate with to provide students with the best learning and holistic university experience. You can also avail exclusive scholarship schemes, especially if you are a student or alumnus of SLIIT. SLIIT Global Education also provides exceptional academic counseling services for undergraduate and postgraduate students tailored to their requirements. They also offer expert visa guidance counseling services and pre-departure training to all their transfer students. If you're considering pursuing your higher education abroad, feel free to give their friendly team a buzz.
Welcome to SparkX, a platform that will groom you to have a leading edge over other IT students. We built this to give you the real skills to make you a superhero, actually a super talent. Being up on the game is really important, and that's why we researched what skills are really required by the IT industry. You will be surprised. It's not pure technical skills, but a combination of specific technical skills and soft skills that we offer, which no program out there in Sri Lanka teaches you. If you master these skills, you'll be assured a job in a leading IT company or the support to start your entrepreneurship journey. And that is why I teamed up with the best people to help you. Through a pre-selection process, candidates will be given the opportunity of a personalized mentorship with SparkX. The program is 6 months long and can be followed part-time while you study. Dedicated mentors with domain experts will connect you through live online learning and face-to-face boot camps.